I sensed our marriage was fading long before she ever spoke the words aloud. Still, hearing them, deliberate, cold, and sharp, cut far deeper than I thought possible. "Every day with you feels like a regret," she said, her voice steady, her eyes blazing with something between anger and release. My chest tightened, but I refused to let her see me shatter. I gave a slow nod, my throat dry. "Then let's end it today." The flicker in her face, panic breaking through her mask, was everything. A crack in her armor. Laura and I had been married 12 years. On the surface, we looked like a picture of stability. A modest home, steady jobs, 2 kids in grade school, and a dog that barked too much at the mailman. At church, people called us solid. Neighbors envied how perfect we seemed. But appearances are only wallpaper. And beneath ours, the walls were crumbling. It started with her phone. She once left it lying on the counter, unlocked while she cooked or folded laundry. Then one day it was always face down, notifications silenced. "Work stuff," she claimed when I asked. I wanted to believe her. God knows I tried. Then came the late nights. "Deadlines," she'd say, brushing past me with a kiss that felt rehearsed. But I noticed the perfume that wasn't hers. The lipstick traces wiped away, never fully gone. I told myself I was imagining it, that pressing too hard would push her further away. But the truth doesn't wait for permission. It always finds its way out. The breaking point came on a night I hadn't been searching for proof. I just wanted my wife back. I'd made dinner, simple pasta and garlic bread. The kids were with my sister for the weekend. I thought maybe we could talk. But when Laura walked in, she didn't even glance at the table. She tossed her purse on the couch, eyes glued to her phone. "Hey," I said softly. "Hey," she muttered without looking up. "Can we sit down? Just talk." Her sigh was sharp enough to cut glass. She dropped her phone and looked at me. "Talk about what, Daniel?" "About how miserable this marriage is. How dead it feels." The word dead stung. "I don't think it's dead. I think we've lost touch, but..." She cut me off, eyes narrowing. "No, Daniel, it's dead. Every day with you feels like a mistake. A regret I have to live with." My chest collapsed, my ears roared. But I stayed calm. I met her eyes and said evenly, "Then let's end it today." The silence that followed was suffocating. She hadn't expected that. For once, she looked uncertain, vulnerable. The smallest crack. And I knew then, this wasn't only unhappiness. There was someone else. I didn't shout or rage. I just walked past her and lifted her purse. She froze but didn't stop me. Inside, I found the phone she guarded like gold. "Daniel, don't," she started, but it was too late. The screen lit up with a message. "Can't wait to see you tonight. Last night was amazing. M." My stomach dropped. My vision blurred. But my voice came out steady, detached. "How long?" She stood frozen, then dropped her gaze. 6 months. The world tilted. 6 months, while I cooked dinners, tucked our kids into bed, mowed the lawn. She'd been with him. I set the phone down like it was poison. "Who is he?" Her jaw tightened. "It doesn't matter." "It matters to me." "Mark, from work." Of course. I remembered shaking his hand at a holiday party, the way it lingered too long on her back. A bitter laugh escaped me, foreign in my own throat. So the late nights, the perfume, the deadlines. She flinched but didn't deny it. "I gave you everything, Laura. I trusted you." Her voice rose, defensive, sharp. "And what did I get, Daniel? A husband who was always tired, who never listened, who stopped making me feel alive years ago. Mark made me feel..." "Don't." I snapped, my voice trembling. "Don't you dare tell me what he makes you feel. You burned our life down for him." She crossed her arms, defiant again. "Maybe there wasn't any life left with you to begin with." And then something in me snapped. Not in anger, clarity. I looked at her and saw the truth. The woman I married was gone. What stood before me was someone hard, unapologetic, unrecognizable. And I realized I couldn't save her. So I nodded, my voice quiet but sure. "Then it's done. I'll call a lawyer in the morning." Her eyes widened. She hadn't expected me to walk away. She'd expected begging, a fight. Instead, she got resolve. That night, I slept on the couch, not because she asked me to, but because I couldn't bear her perfume on our bed. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, drowning in memories. Our first meeting in a coffee shop, our wedding, the birth of our kids, the laughter, the trips, the little moments that once defined us. Were they lies? Or did she just stop choosing me somewhere along the way? The next days blurred. I called a lawyer, filed, told my sister first, then my parents. Telling the kids was the hardest, watching their faces crumple as we explained that Mom and Dad wouldn't be together anymore. Laura wavered between remorseful and cruelly distant, but I refused to engage. I was finished. Weeks passed. Papers were signed. Custody arranged. The house was sold. I moved into a small apartment with mismatched furniture, making box mac and cheese for dinner. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't the life I'd imagined at 40. But it was mine. Real. Honest. I started running again, something I hadn't done since college. The miles hurt, but they cleared my head. And one evening, as the sun set over the river trail, I realized something. Yes, Laura betrayed me. Yes, she destroyed everything we built. But she also freed me. Freed me from a woman who no longer loved me. Freed me from clinging to something already gone. Freed me to rebuild, not just survive. Months later, after the divorce was finalized, Laura came to drop off the kids. She lingered at the door, awkward, hesitant. "Daniel," she said softly, "I didn't think you'd let go so easily that night. I thought you'd fight for me." I looked at her, the woman who once promised forever, now belonging to someone else. "I did fight," I said quietly. "For years. You just didn't see it." She looked away, blinking fast. Maybe, for the first time, she realized what she'd thrown away. But it was too late. Life didn't heal overnight. The loneliness lingered. The kids asked painful questions. Some mornings, I woke with that hollow ache in my chest. But slowly I filled it with laughter from my children on weekends, with long runs by the river, with quiet nights reading books I once loved, and with one memory, not of betrayal, but of strength, the moment I looked her in the eye, broken but unyielding, and said, "Then let's end it today." Because sometimes the greatest power we hold is the choice to walk away.